Are we live?
You're live.
We live, y'all. We live, y'all. What's up, man? Y'all are now tuning into RAQEEB Speaks on In Your Face Radio.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave that right there so you can see the comments.
So that it's open. So we got today, we got the live, what is that? We got the live comments. So y'all can comment while y'all tuning in. Yeah. First off, how y'all doing out there? It's a lot going on out here. Some happy times, some scary times, and we never been here before.
I know what to say.
What happened?
I'm
We
just
live?
gonna move, yeah, you live.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
gonna move this over.
So we still live, y'all.
Yeah.
We was having
What's
a
going
little
on, y'all? What's
technical
going on, man?
difficulties.
What's going on, y'all? There you go. So this way you can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So today
Go ahead. I said.
today we was going to talk about twin flames. Now, this is deep. I mean, not deep like that, but you know, like it's a serious thing. Twin flame. The twin flame journey it can be exciting. It can be full of energy. She could be scary, painful, you know. But it's something that happens. I don't know. A lot of people know about soulmates. I know y'all heard of soulmates before, right? Right. So you got soulmates. A soulmate is different than a twin flame, right? A soulmate is a person it's a soul that's made of the same energy. So it's the same energy. That's what a soulmate is. And a soulmate also comes in and out of your life for certain reasons, right? But a twin flame is said to be the other half of a soul. So in theory, this soul ascended. The soul ascended, and when it came back down, it split into two bodies. And while the soul is on earth, it's feeling this pull to reunite with the other half of the soul. It's like you ever see the yin and yang sign? The yin and yang sign. So that's the male aspect and the female aspect. And that's kind of how the twin flame is. So it doesn't, and it could be a female aspect, and it doesn't have anything to do with physical. So a female aspect could be in a male or female body and vice versa. Because, so the difference is the male aspect works more from the mind, maybe the lower chakras. Chakras are energy points in your body or your auric field. You know, so when I say that the male aspect, the yin and yang of the soul, that the male aspect works from the mental and from the lower chakras, its lower self. The female aspect at some point is there too, but then rises to the higher ascends to the higher chakras or the higher three heavens. And but the main from the heart up. So the female aspect deals with that. So the female aspect of energy is more in tune with the divine and with your intuition and with guardian angels and things like that. The male aspect is kind of turned off to that. They can tap in, but they kind of refuse to do so, until the time when they have to. So this is the two aspects of the one soul that incarnates in two bodies and makes a twin flame situation. So a twin flame, you can also have a twin flame as a friend, but it would be like a real intense friendship, because you would have this connection. But most of them is relationship wise, and it's an intense connection. So when you meet this twin flame, it's a lot of stages that you go through, and there's some actual symptoms or signs that take place in your life. But it's really an amazing type of journey, because I remember when I was young, I used to hear people say, "Oh, I did this and I did that, and I was blessed, and the Lord blessed me." And I used to think this old lady is making this shit up. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that ain't real. Until it started happening to me. Until I started speaking to people that it was also happening too. And I started to notice, wow, this is different. But when that soul spends its time on this planet looking to come together, the divine is going to bring this into one, because it's a purpose. When that soul comes together, it's a purpose. But when they're separated, things start to happen or take place. Like you might be nudged to move to a certain city or a certain area, you know what I mean? And you don't even know why. Or you get this job out of nowhere and it's somewhere else, and you just got to get up and go. Or,
The relationship with I was like, you kind of lost me. I was looking at the phone.
How the hell you get lost?
I was trying to finish up my live real quick. I was trying to.
Oh, you was distracted. You see this shit?
No, I'm trying to put it on live. Tell them to watch.
Yeah. So I think what I was saying was that there's different stages. And you get different signs. But it's extremely intense when you meet this other half of your soul, which is called a twin flame, or sometimes it's called mirror soul too, because the two souls become, because it's one soul but split in two, it becomes like a mirror for the other soul. Excuse me. Yeah. Here you go. I don't know what was happening. It was like getting froggy in here, man. I know y'all heard that. Water is the best shit in the world. Only if it's alkaline and it's clean, or maybe because they starting to put stuff in the water that makes it alkaline. So even though the water don't be pure or nothing, but distilled is pretty pure. Okay, so we just got detoured for a second. Let's get back to this twin flame stuff. So it's a, you might be nudged to do certain things, or you start but at some point you become aware of these things. And like I was saying, I used to think that those old ladies was like, just saying stuff, but no, it's real. It's real. Like when you on that journey, things, you see things come into your life and nudge you in different directions. You know, but it's a really amazing thing though. Like your life, when you come to understand it, right? When you come to understand it, and you do what it is you need to do in order for the soul to become one again, man, it's a power, it's a frequency, it's a vibration that comes off of that soul when it becomes one, you know, or when those people, you know. Oh, so, wow. Oh, I got some people on here, huh? We talking about twin flames. Give me 1 second. You guys can go to on YouTube to In Your Face live streaming too to see the whole. You know, it's a different look. It's a different look. And you can comment on there. You can ask questions. You can do.
You can tell Keith
all those
crazy.
things.
You can tell
Yeah, you can tell. Tell me I'm
like,
crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Call in to him, tell him crazy.
So basically, we got in kind of to what a twin flame is. So for people that's just coming in, a twin flame is basically a soul that's split in two bodies. And that soul is being led to become one again and bring those two people together. But it's a connection, it's a feeling that it's hard to explain to somebody that's not on a twin flame journey, because some people won't understand it. But it happens. And it's a real deep, it's deep, you know, deep connection. Hey y'all, what's up? I got all my people on the live too, on Instagram. Shout out to everybody over there. Hey. Okay. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Let me just pull up something. So, let's check this out. So, the most common symptoms of being in a twin flame relationship situation is intuitively knowing what the other person is doing or feeling or thinking about. So this also happens to you when you on a twin flame. You can kind of you kind of feel what the other person feels. You can kind of pick up on the thoughts, and you can pick up on the feeling. And the other person, the other half of the soul doesn't even have to be near, but you can pick up on it. It's really an amazing situation. This is a twin flame. Because of that connection of that one soul, you can feel what they're feeling. You can pick up on their thoughts. It's like, and I know everybody don't go through it, but some people do. And when you go, and like I said, it's hard sometimes to explain it to people because people look at you like you're crazy. Like, fuck is you talking about? You know,
like I'm looking at you right now.
yeah, like he looking at me right now. You know, because he hasn't experienced that yet. I don't know. All right, so I got a question right here.
I might have experienced it and didn't know what it was called in real life. What you know what I'm saying?
Oh, but that's the difference.
I'm pretty sure
you will know. You will know when you experience.
Well, I have, and I guess when I was young, when I was. 13,
but you would know even right
13,
now.
It had to be there.
Because it ain't. Yeah, I don't think everybody gets it.
That was my kid's mother. I had to be 13.
Yeah.
I felt it. The same thing you saying. I felt it.
Yeah.
I didn't even, I didn't know what it was. Like, you bringing that to life for me, what you saying.
I hear some of the most amazing stories from people, like really like miracle type stories, and it's real. Like I just be amazed by that. You know what I mean? Like it's an amazing thing to hear those stories.
Yeah, like somebody, when you meet somebody, tell me when you were saying how when you met.
When the twin flame, when you meet, most of the time it's like it's almost like it's something you're not expecting. You don't even see it coming. You don't even see it coming. And it's probably something that you didn't really want to do or some place you didn't really want to be, but you do it anyway. And it'd be like that for the same person.
Can I give you a little bit of the story now? You were saying that it was that.
Okay, go ahead.
My baby's mother, which turned to be my wife, when I first met her, my mother was like, go downstairs and talk to that little girl down there. Her sister just died.
And it put you in that.
It put me right. Your sister just died. Right. I was like, I'm not going there. I'm about to go to 21st Street. That's what I was young as hell. I was like 16, 15, 14. I'm not going to 21st Street. Go down there and talk to that girl. Her sister died. She collapsed in school today in Irvington High. And it was her first day going there. She was going a week. She didn't want to go to Irvington High. She went there and she felt like her sister was just going there. Her sister died in a fire.
But hold up. Now listen. Like I said, you have soulmates, right? You got a twin flame, which is a mirror soul, and you also can have a karmic. The karmic has a place in the twin flame journey.
And you tell me you pick it out when you get it?
Yeah.
So she went to the school, she passed out. I wound up going downstairs talking to her. Went downstairs, never left.
And never left.
Never left.
Stayed down there for hours.
Time
went by, you didn't even know.
The next day, right back downstairs. The next day, right back downstairs.
So
6 months.
From what he's saying, he could have either been in a soulmate situation or a mirror soul situation. But also too, you have in the twin flame journey now. In the twin flame journey, you also have what you call a karmic. Now karmics is also a form of a soulmate, but it's a lesson that person is here to teach a lesson, right? But a karmic, you could be strongly physically attracted to the karmic, and it's real physical. But as time go on, everything else is not good. It's just passion. It's nothing else. That's a karmic. And not only that, the karmic is coming to help you shed and help you grow, help you shed things from your past. The karmic is going to come and treat you, all the fears that you have in you, the karmic is going to come and perpetuate that and bring that out of you into your life to cause you to learn and to grow spiritually and to get on your path. But when hold on y'all, I'm trying to get this phone together. It just keeps falling down. You know? Where we at? Oh, we at it. There we go. Don't you move there. All right. So, so it'll be now this karmic character. It's like a movie almost, but it's so amazing how this is all divinely guided and put together. Like I never like destroy you. I mean, bring you to the lowest lows. You know, they will, you know, try to basically bring you to a low where you don't even believe in your own self. You don't even know who you are no more. You lost yourself. You know, and it's very painful with the karma because that's their job, and that's all it's going to be. And it's not meant for the karmic and the divine feminine or masculine to be together. It's just a temporary thing, and it's kind of like a punch in the stomach and a kick in the ass for you to wake up. But what happens is some people, they stay too long. And technically it's really not too long because you stand as long as you need before, so you can get the message to learn to love yourself, you know, and be unapologetically yourself and love that unconditional. It also helps you to learn what unconditional love is, because a lot of us love with conditions. You know, if he ain't making this kind of money, she don't want to be with him. If she ain't doing this, she can't cook, he don't want to be with her. If this or that, blah blah blah. You got money, you don't have money, they're gone. You see, those are like conditions. But you end up learning unconditional love. You learn to be yourself. You learn how to love yourself, and that's what that sparks into you. But it's bringing you to a point so you can become one again with the other half or aspect of self, of yourself or soul, which is, so you have the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and again, it has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with physical. You know, it's all spiritual. But when you meet, it's gonna be like an instant boom, an instant connection. Like my man said, he said he was down there and he never came back. He went down to talk to the girl and he never came back upstairs. And that's because they connected. It's like this energy, this crazy connection is so natural that you don't even realize it. Word. And it's pure. It's not nobody wants nothing from nobody. Nobody's manipulative or, you know, expecting nothing. It's just a natural thing, a natural connection, you know. And but you go through these stages. You go through these stages, and we finna get to that right now. So this is information on twin flame. So the first stage you go through is you go through the search. The searching stage. The search stage involves a strong sense of yearning and acute awareness that something is lacking in your life. Even if you never really thought about a soulmate or a twin flame before, this is the stage at which you begin to believe that there is really it's a perfect match out there for you. So basically, you start to feel this emptiness, and you know it needs to be filled. And like we was talking about earlier, you might get pushed to go move somewhere or go somewhere, go to the store or this or that, boom, boom, boom. And, you know, where you meet the person, you might meet the person. And this would be stage 2, where the awakening starts. So once you meet this person, it's that, like I said, that energy, that connection. And let me turn this. Yeah, let me end this live, man. These people, I need my phone. Your call has been forwarded to an unseen voice messaging system. Share it to IG.
That's
what?
That's what I was telling you.
What the hell is all this stuff?
That's what I was telling you. Just get them enough so they will be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let them see your whole shit and then sit there and play with you on there.
I don't know what's happening right here. I'll do that later. It's slowing me up. So the way, yeah.
We on.
So stage 3.
I know y'all saying flat, like, yo, let me step in. Yeah, he's gonna go into stage 3, but I know y'all say like flat, I'm letting this brother, this is his thing. That's what he do. And then flat sitting there chilling, listening and learning. Yeah? That's it. Go, stage 3.
So you go to stage 3, right? Stage 3 is the testing stage. That's when now you met the person and you feel this connection and you don't know what it is, but you feel it. And now you start to get to know the person. And you start it's like that honeymoon phase or whatever. And you get to know the person, y'all clicking and boom, 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 you know. And y'all get together. Y'all might start having a little bit of, after a while, you start having a little bit of problems. Because if the soul is not completely healed, then it won't be in vibration with the other half, and it'll constantly, they both will be mirroring back to each other so they can be on one accord. And then you go into the crisis stage. In the crisis stage, you know, you end up, then the twin flames split up. They split up, beefing over this and that, blah, 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 you know, and it just gets difficult. And they split up, and then they go to stage 5, which is the running or chasing stage. And that's when the divine masculine or the divine feminine could be, you know, they could be resisting each other, running back and forth.
Yeah.
When one is ready, the other one's not, type thing, you know. And then it goes to stage 6, which is surrendering stage. And that's when you start to really learn the lessons. If you're stuck with a karmic, or you on your own, or you start to learn these lessons, and you start to understand that you gotta put the love for yourself first and do what's in the highest good. And for everybody. And then you end up understanding, like, okay, I know where I gotta be. I know where I gotta be. Because you start to get, from all the lessons you go through, you realize, like, okay, I know. And that's the stage 7, where it's a reunion or joining of the soul. It's so it could be a long journey or a short journey. I mean, it's powerful. But the purpose of that soul, when the soul becomes one, it vibrates. It changes everything and everybody around it. They feel that vibration. It brings them to a point of being around unconditional love, and they feel like they want to be there. They need to be around that. You know what I mean? That vibration is high. So I don't know if y'all ever experienced it, but the situation, hold up, today I saw a video with the guy, he was putting up those radio towers, and he opened up one of the boxes and seen he seen something on the chip inside the machine. It said COVID-19. It's crazy. That was a crazy video. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I just saw. I said, "What the fuck?"
And it said COVID
on the chip inside the machine.
Keep be saying crazy stuff. Y'all watch it.
Yo, I mean, this is all stuff
say
that you can just
dude, man.
look.
Tell him, say something.
This is all stuff that you can look up.
Tell him he's wrong or something. Somebody say something to this dude. But I'm sitting over here chilling. I'm like, y'all, somebody say something to this dude, man. Let's get on him.
But listen,
let's prove him wrong or something.
So back to this. How much time we got?
You got time.
Okay. Back to this twin flame. One thing about that journey is when you started, the person that you come in the journey as, you don't leave out that way.
How do you leave out?
I mean,
how do you leave out? Tell me. I want to know how to get out too.
You go through, it's so much stuff that's in play with that journey. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain it, man. It's like, because there's so many it's like miracles almost. Like, it's because you're not used to stuff like that taking place in your life. So you be like, what the fuck? Like, what? Wow, like, how did that happen? I mean, of course, you got the laws of attraction. You have, which is attracting, what you attract the light vibration that you're putting out. You have all these things, but it's like, it's almost like you get like a bunch of, like the floodgates is opened up, kind of, so to speak. As you learning, you growing and learning those lessons, things are being released to you. Like, it's a journey. It's like a real journey. You gotta really look this up and get an understanding of it, because let me read something for y'all. Let me see. I know, I just had a veggie burger that was banging.
Yeah.
What? Banging.
What was that? Well, we made it out of the mushrooms?
Yeah, out of mung bean sprouts and shit like that. So what is a twin flame? Sometimes discussed in terms of a mirror soul or a soul connection. A twin flame is the other half of your soul. It is theorized that a soul can split into two after ascending to a higher frequency. Therefore, the soul lands in the two different bodies. So basically, like, what we said. Here's a quote from a lady, Mimi Novik. She says, "We think we meet someone with our eyes, but we actually meet them with our soul." That's real right there. Like, what y'all think about that? Do you meet when you meet somebody? Do you think you meeting them with your eyes, or you think you meeting them with your soul? You think the two souls are meeting, or do you think it's a physical thing with? It's just that, yeah, you meeting somebody with your eyes. If you ask me, I would agree with this with the soul. You meet somebody, the two souls meet, and if they know each other, you can tell. It's like like I said, the soul mate is different from a twin flame. So a soul mate is made from the same energy, but you won't experience the kind of connection and love with a soulmate that you would experience with a twin flame, because a twin flame is actually the one soul. You know what I mean? A soulmate is another soul, but it's made from the same energy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, go ahead. I'm fucking with it. I'm just up here.
Oh, okay.
Them that they go in the comments.
Yeah.
You know, they frying. Because we ain't up here acting a fool. You frying.
No.
That's what's up. That's what's
But it's a whole different kind of intense connection. It's different. And some people know. People that met their twin flame, they know, they could tell you that feeling. That shit is crazy.
Sound like keeping love to me, y'all.
No.
He trying to
I'm just trying to help people understand, because I was talking to somebody.
Understand love.
I was talking to somebody. Yeah, you know, the understand love.
When you meet your love, you know. When you meet him, you know.
But the thing is, sometimes you can meet, and you're gonna, in that journey, you're gonna split, because the two have to grow. They got to grow, right? But there's also a time frame on it too. Because if one person grow and the other one don't, then at some point the divine will start pushing, and then I don't know.
Man, that's a relationship. That's all what you speaking about is all relationship.
Right, but that's if you look at it from if he look at it from a physical level, it would be a relationship. But if you look at it from a spiritual level, you will understand that it's not about the relationship. It's about that soul coming back together as one.
And you know how hard it is to make that happen with nowadays, man, with all that's going on in social media, how hard it is to even have somebody to feel spiritual or feel any of that.
To feel a connection
with you. It's crazy. You can see somebody standing on the street and waiting on a bus, and you can be sincere and pull up and say, hey, you waiting on the bus, you got your baby, come on, you want to ride? And she'll look at you like you nuts. Like you nuts. She'll be looking at you like, are you nuts? Like, you see, I got my kid here with me. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you, do you need a ride? Because you got your kid, it's kind of cold, it looks like it's about to rain. Come on. And she's not for 1 second gonna be like, he's sincere and he really want to give me a ride. And then here comes homeboy, come down the street, pants sagging, dreads, at dirty drawers showing, and walk right up and stand there and talk to her for about 10 minutes and get on the bus with her, and she done fell in love.
Really?
But you understand? It just happened like that. But the nigga in the car might have been a soulmate or been all that. Like, she ain't take a chance. You understand? You don't want to get in the car with nobody, but it should be like that. The love ain't there with the people. You can want to help somebody. They ain't trying to hear that, man.
Well,
they ain't trying to hear that because they can't. You just have, like you said, they just gotta come. If that's what they want, they'll come. You feel me? If that's what they want, they'll come. Because ain't no way of telling these motherfuckers that that's the way. Because they still ain't gonna believe.
What you mean?
The feeling is one thing, but just in general with the people that's you know how everything is now.
Mm-hmm.
Not even I ain't even talking about no COVID. I'm talking about period. How it is now. Period. Just like,
oh, you saying that because
no
of
trust,
the energy that we have?
Social media, and because of you, all of this.
That won't have nothing. You still.
It won't have nothing to do with you meeting them.
Yeah.
But automatically, everybody already knows what's going on. There's no game running, and they can flirt. It's like if you want a woman like you're talking about, they flirting 24/7. It ain't like back in the day. You ain't have no social media. She gotta physically walk outside for a nigga to see her and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" She gotta get that. Or you look good. She had to be outside physically to get that. Now she can wake up and it's all on. It's right there. Hey, boo, sexy, you look good. Good morning. I want to see you.
So you saying there's a lot of distractions?
There's so much distraction that nobody is trying to be focused. There's no need for a relationship.
But no, that's
no. What I'm saying is no need for a relationship. And as far as you feeling like you feeling, you might feel like that, and she might feel a little bit of it too. But as soon as y'all get together, it's gonna bump like a magnet facing each other. I push away.
You talking about in the twin flame situation?
Because she's
so
not
the soul.
Looking at it.
No, but that's one soul splitting too.
And that's when it
so
comes to what the
in order for it to come back together.
I didn't hear what he said, y'all. So I gotta say the C word.
What
you said? The karma is three things you were saying.
Karmic,
so
soulmate, and twin flame. Yeah.
The magnet.
Oh yeah, no, but the karmic doesn't have to be a person. So you're right.
Yeah,
the karmic could be a way, the energy from a childhood situation. It could be the karmic could be the mother, sister, brother, friend, cousin.
Because you could be with somebody.
It's an energy. So
you could be with someone, and everybody around may pretend that they love that what y'all doing. They love it when they really don't.
Right.
And what they would do is they would feed. So it may take.
That's a karmic.
It may take.
What he talking about is a karmic person.
It may take 10 years.
Yeah.
For that to occur, so where she starts listening to them, and then boom, she goes straight. Now you like, wait, this is it. I know this is what it is. Like, this is my soulmate. This is, and now she done got the gens in her, and she moving. You can't. I mean, what you gonna do?
You can't do nothing.
All right, so you just move on and just say.
You have to go where the divine is sending you, because you still, although
I know where to go. What I'm saying is, this is what's happening. This is what happened from being that type of way into going into your social media and all that now. That's how the women is now. The women now is just for the taking.
Yeah, but
and they're not for us. For most of them is for trying to take you, or listen, if you ain't on the same page, like this scenario. You've been working 10 years and you've been footing the bill. If your young lady come across some money, right?
Yeah.
And she starts a job. Oh baby, I'm making $1,500 a week at this new job I got.
Right.
You've been footing the bill for 10 years. Do she automatically starts helping right then and there when she starts that job, or do you let her stack a little bit of money first? And I'm saying this because you got to think about it. It's crazy. So you understand? Can you understand?
But what that question?
I'm just saying, a man holding down the fort.
Okay, so we going somewhere else.
Yeah, we going nowhere else. We going into what? That's just another part of what I'm saying.
Okay, so he doing what?
He's working 10 years,
mm-hmm.
5 years, whatever. He been holding it down the whole time. His wife pop up and happen to get a job. His girlfriend, girlfriend. She pop up and get a job. Now she making $1,500 a week. Do she automatically start helping out? It don't have to be a 5-year relationship. We could be talking about a year, 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? Do she automatically start helping out, or do you let her stack some money and say, you know what, baby, get your shit right, and then you come on in. You start helping out there. one, if she a straight up woman, she gonna do that. If she not, she gonna stack her bread and leave your ass.
Oh, I see.
You understand what I'm saying?
So you gonna find out?
Yeah. So why fuck? Like who wants to? Like why fuck? Nigga, you landed. Yo, you get your shit right. Get your shit right. And,
but if you working as a team, then y'all should be able to say.
You should be able to come right in and help. If a motherfucker been holding you down, period, for a year, 6 months, whatever, you should be able to come right in and be like, you know. But that, you know, that's part of that part you was talking about. That's all I want to, you know, just elaborate on that.
Yeah.
It's the feeling that you're talking about. Feeling that's great.
No, but it's different.
But the person that
you would know, like you ain't gonna not know. You gonna know, like that's it.
And if you know you.
But like you said, it could be. They could not be the soul. Both aspects of the soul could not be in an equal frequency. So the two people might not be on the same vibration.
But she only on it because you that much strong at the time. So she gonna roll with it. She gonna roll with it.
Yeah, but it's not designed for it to just be like a thing where, boom, you know, you got to go through some stages and growth through this. That's the whole purpose of it, you know, to bring you to a point where you can unconditionally or you can understand. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
they understand too. Keeps going from a point of view where this is stuff that, you know, he's using a word for it that he's using. I'm using hood terms for that, you know what I'm saying? On how I know about relationships and just speaking about it. So, you know, it's the agree to disagree, and that's what we on. I'm not gonna say and totally let him, because you niggas ain't saying nothing. Something, you feel me?
Yeah.
You niggas ain't saying nothing.
I don't know.
So I don't, you know, who watching or whatever.
So, but anyway, like you were saying, but it's always going to be. It's going to be because you got to grow. So you're going to go through these lessons. Now, there's a possibility to do it together, but if both aspects are damaged,
I'm gonna tell you,
then you won't.
Yeah, both people been fucked up.
Or even if one is,
it
won't.
Fucked up as one
is. You might have to veer off onto your own
journey. The
journey.
best way you can get a motherfucker to stick in there.
I still got this mask.
And all you gotta do is you gotta know what you want to do. Now, when you go in a relationship knowing what you want to do, you can have a good time with it, because you go in and saying, you know what, I got everything. You know, even if you don't say that, you just do it like that, and you never complain. You never complain, and you just let her do her. I mean, you never complain. I'm talking about you go in it, you good, yo, you good? All right, we home, going out. All right, I gotta go. I gotta work. Boom, you back. You taking care of everything. You doing everything, and then you let her do what she want to do, and you don't care about it. You can't care. That's
unconditional.
That's right. I love the shit out of you. I just want to be with you. I don't give a fuck what you do. You could go out there and fuck up another motherfucker. I've seen it happen before with a person, and I'm like, dog, he got to know. Like, there's no need to go into this motherfucker saying, yo, your wife is in the bars with motherfuckers on the regular, my nigga.
Right.
No, he knows it. And
well, that's different.
Yeah, he don't care. It's unconditional. He don't give a fuck.
No, that's not unconditional.
Yeah, no. If you take
that's somebody that's broken.
No.
Who doesn't know the self-worth. It's not unconditional. That's not unconditional.
He don't give a fuck.
No, it's either one of the two things. He don't give a fuck.
He don't.
Or
he don't give a fuck. He just want the girl.
But that's not healthy. That's not a healthy person.
Bro, if it ain't bothering him,
it is bothering.
Yeah, and
who wouldn't that bother? You know what I mean?
It make me think like it don't bother him.
I mean, yeah, because unless they live a certain way, but even that's all unhealthy.
How you let a motherfucker just run all over? Not even run over you, because you don't even put your foot down or nothing. You just
that's running over.
No, you never put your foot down. That's not running over.
Then what is that?
That's just you don't give a fuck. If you never put down no rules and put your foot down, then give a fuck what this motherfucker did. then it's fair game.
Yeah, but you saying that this particular situation, he do give a fuck because he married to her, right?
Fuck. He married to her, don't give a fuck. That's what I've been saying from the whole beginning. He don't give a fuck. She do what she want to do. She come home. As long as she hit him, he don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. That's different. That's a different type of situation.
But you gotta be prepared for shit like that. You go in shit like that, like I don't give a fuck. But you gotta stay like that, and he stayed like that. The only thing I know that ever did that.
Yeah, but are you really happy in a situation like that?
When I see him, he looked the same. He never looked different. He never looked like he not fucking happy.
You supposed to be happy. So if you're not happy, even if you're not looking like you unhappy, but you unhappy, then you know.
There was a time that I would see him, and I would want to ask him like, "Yo, you know what you got you into?" But
here's the thing: like,
you meet somebody that know them too, and then
a lot of people think that a lot of people go into relationships and friendships and things like that with motives, with expectations, conditional, basically. But that's unhealthy from the start. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know that.
That's unhealthy from the start. So, and then when they go in, then they say, "Oh, well," you hear people say, "Well, she not making me happy," or "He not making me happy."
Why not?
Right. But what they don't understand is that it's not the other person's. Nobody can make you happy. You can't get happiness from somebody. You understand? They can add to your happy, but I can't get happiness from you. I can get happiness being around you. You can add to my happiness by being around. You understand? But my happiness don't come from outside.
Have you ever met a motherfucker?
It comes from inside of you. That's the only place where you're gonna find it. That's why you see people running around throughout their lives. We run around throughout our lives looking and searching, and you got this empty space in you or in your heart, or you with this person, or you at this job, and you feel like the whole time you need to be somewhere else. This job don't fulfill you. This person don't fulfill. You understand what I'm saying? But the secret is you gotta fulfill and love yourself first, and then the laws of attraction come into play, and what you put out comes back to. So then you start to attract the same love that you giving yourself. But if you letting people do things and letting people make you feel small, or you not being yourself around people, then that's not you loving yourself. So then if we go back to the laws of attraction again, you actually sending out what you're doing to yourself, and then that'll come back. You'll attract that back to you in an experience in your reality. So, which means because you don't love yourself, and you allow things to happen to you and people to do whatever, and you take losses all day. People, take hits to your self-esteem, all kinds of stuff. That's an energy you send it out to the universe. So then you get that same thing back to you, only to reflect so you can see it. So you will attract a person that will reflect all of those things back to you. And that's when the lesson come in.
Yeah, that's a true story.
That's when the lesson come in. So then, when you don't understand the lesson, it start off like a little tap like this, It's like this, then it goes from that to this, then it goes from this to boom, boom, boom. You understand? Until you get it.
Let me tell you what they did to the black female in the corporate world.
Oh, all that plays a part. Like the way society was set up. Like I hear women and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, blah 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 blah. I was talking to these girls and saying, and I said, well, yeah, independent is good.
You know, the independent women, how they become independent.
No, but the real reason was just to tax 2 people in the household. Yeah. That was the only reason that they pushed this thing.
That wasn't the only reason. It was that.
No, that was the only reason.
No, because they wanted.
I'm telling you, that was the only reason. The people who did it said it.
They wanted the woman to be dominant.
They wanted to tax 2 people. Remember, it was only the man working in the household. That's it.
But when you working,
one person.
But when you working,
that wasn't enough money. They needed to tax 2, so they got the woman to get her job in the corporate world too. So now they can tax 2 people in the household and make more money.
No, you won't let me go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
But a woman go to work and they working like the way they working. They working so long that she can't even have time to spend time with her kids. If she want to be on the top, she gonna work, boss. A white man gonna make her work so that she can have time for kids and do none of that.
Yeah, they'll work, but they also do that to both of them, the male and the female.
They do the male and the female. They do both, but the woman they do much more. So she can't. And by the time she sit down and be like, okay, I want to rest, and then it's over. She can't have no kids, and she done strive to be that strong and that independent. They put that in their mind, so they run. I'm independent that. By the time she get 45 and she realize she want to have some kids, they done told her don't have no kids, and they working this shit out. Bank account fat, and when she think about it and she wants some love and she want to settle down and she look back.
The only way you gonna ever find real and true love is you have to really and truly unconditionally love yourself. Because when you're able to do that and you're able to vibrate that to the universe, to God, to the Creator.
Yeah, love yourself.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Love yourself.
There's laws in the universe, like the laws of attraction, law of thinking, the law of gravity. There's different laws in the universe, and these laws are laws. They can't be broken. So when you come to that point and you are able to unapologetically be yourself in any moment, because I can't be nobody else. Can you? Who's gonna be you better than you? And if somebody don't like it, that ain't my problem. You gotta be who you are.
My father said, man, we ain't never like you, man. We never like you. Yo, got a little older, grow up, see the same motherfuckers. Yo, I ain't like you because they ain't like you. I ain't know you was that cool like that.
But all this shit come back to self. All of it. Yeah. It comes back to self-love. Everything that you going through in your life comes right back around to self-love and unconditional love. When you learn to love yourself, you get a different type of life. Everything is different. Even when you come outside, the motherfucking trees is brighter. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. I could help you. I could show you. I could guide you with, as far as what I know, what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real. Like, but you can't. So when you in these relationships with people, male, female, everybody out there, you don't look to the other person to fill that hole in you, to fill that gap. You know what I mean? You got to fill that. You got to come with that filled already. And then when you two come together and both of y'all got those gaps and holes filled, then y'all could experience true unconditional love. Because then it's not everybody when you saying, oh, you don't make me happy, or you made me this way, when you hear these terms in a relationship, and we talking all about this because of the twin flame. And when you hear these terms in a relationship, oh, you don't make me happy, it's because of you I'm this way, or because of what you did, I did this, and blah 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 blah.
I heard that a lot. What is that?
I mean,
please tell me.
No, I mean, it's just a way of it's called a victim mentality. And some of y'all don't want to hear this shit, but that's just the truth about it. It's called a victim mentality. Because you playing the victim, everything is da-da-da. But you're not realizing who you are and what your power is. Because if you realize that, you'll realize that in every moment you making a decision. You. So it's you that's doing whatever's being done, not nobody else. You're not doing it because of nobody else. You're not doing, because if somebody do something, if somebody walked up and smacked you in your face, right? Not me, you. So no, not me, nigga. But no, if somebody walked up and smacked you in your face, before you do anything, what do you do? No, before you do, you get smacked. What do you do? The first thing you do is you think about what you're going to do. Right. No, you're going to think about it. It could be fast or it could be a slow fall, but you're going to think first. Because it's going to be like, bam, oh, this motherfucker hit me, I'm going to kill him. So then you're going to make a decision to kill or to hurt or to make or to walk away. Whatever is your choice. But the point is that you have the power in that situation. Nobody made you do nothing. You made a decision. And it's the same thing when you hear, oh, well, you made me that way. Oh, you made me mad. Oh, I did this because you did this. Oh, you not making me happy and all this. Is no. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. When that nigga went out and he met the girl in the club and he slept with her, that was a choice he made. You know what you're doing. You made a choice to do it. Now, here's another, you can look at it from a different perspective. You can make a decision, right? But people make decisions based on their consciousness level. So based on where your consciousness level is, you'll make a decision and you'll think, or they'll think, or will think that that's the best decision at that time. Because you don't have the capacity to see it in no other perspective at that moment. So kind of like if you got like say you got a kid, 8 years old, and you see the kid do something. Now, because your consciousness level is higher because you're an adult, at least some adults got higher consciousness level. Some of these motherfuckers is crazy. But you know, hoping that you got a higher consciousness level because you're an adult. So you see what the child is doing and you say, well, why that didn't make any sense? But to them, it did. You know, to them, it made sense based on the ceiling of their consciousness. This was the best decision, and that's why they did it. But then the beautiful thing about not being in a victim mentality, you see these things and you learn from them. So even though you made this bad decision at this time, you don't beat yourself up. You understand what you did and you learn from it. And so next time, you don't make that same decision. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And sometimes it takes people a little longer than others to learn the lesson. I was one of them. I was a hard-headed motherfucker. You know what I mean? But you always have a choice. So therefore, nobody has the power.
Yeah, we 1 hour in your face radio.
1 hour in your face radio. Yeah. It's all good. It'll all come in due time.
Keep like that, look at that. Fly over be like, yeah, they got holla.
Yeah.
Nah, we just wanted to make sure that it was open for comments. Like the brother said.
No, everything's fine, man.
Yeah, the second
everything's
show.
Fine. But like I was saying, was that you have the choice. You have to find it within you, your happiness. You gotta find that love within you, and you gotta love yourself. Once you love yourself, everything that comes into your life is gonna reflect that back to you. So, and that's when I was telling you that life becomes different in your perspective. You see everything different. You deal with things different. You feel different. The trees is even brighter. I'm telling you, man, it's glowing.
Hey, I ain't never heard that one. Keep saying
you know what I want y'all to do out there? And I want you to do this too, Mom.
We want you to do this in YouTube land.
Go. Everybody out. Hold on. Go out and I want y'all to look for this movie called The Celestine Prophecy. This movie I definitely recommend for y'all to check out, because anybody that's new to the Great Awakening, to the awakening of your soul, you probably seeing triple numbers, 111, 222, 333, 444, you know, triple numbers, 555, 666, 777, 888, 999, 000, you know. You probably seeing those numbers a lot. That means that you getting that wake-up call. That's the reminder. That's from the divine is alerting you to wake up to who you are for your purpose to be done. That's what's going on with your soul. When you seeing those triple numbers, and I know some of y'all seeing them because that's how it started for me. You start seeing these numbers, and it's like, because that's not normal. It's not average. That's not a normal thing to see triple numbers like that. And the way it happens is it's not that you're looking for them. It's like you get nudged to look in that direction, and you look and you see the number. You know what I mean? And those numbers got meanings to them. But all of this play a part in you coming to learn who you are and being able to come to a point to where you can learn to love yourself. You know what I mean? When you can look at yourself, I feel, it make me smile when I say that shit, because I never felt like this in my life. I never was at a point that I am now in my life to where you feel this, you feel it, just talking about it. That shit is amazing, man. Yeah. You thinking of stuff, and you might get answers from different places. You might turn your radio on in your car, and it answers a question that you had in your head. That ever happened to you? That ain't never happened to you? You was thinking something, and then you get in the car and the song come on, and it kind of answer what you was thinking. People think these things is coincidence.
Maybe how I was feeling, not what I was thinking.
Yeah, exactly. What you was feeling. Because remember, when you communicating with the universe, when the laws of attraction, you gotta emote.
When that happened, you really think that the song is playing for you.
It is. But why do you think it's not? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say that it is.
So you experienced. So hold up now. Let's really address this. Because this guy right here is he kind of like a non-believer, but you heard what he just said, right?
Yeah.
Now you was feeling something. He was feeling something, and it was on his mind. And he said he got in the car and turned on the radio, and a song came on pertaining to what he was feeling, and gave him an answer. It happened plenty of times. It always happens though.
When you just said the numbers, the 100, I do that. I do numbers. So anytime I look and I see them all the time. And it's like, wow. That's all the time.
You see that?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that that's not just a coincidence.
But with me,
so if you follow that,
look, with me, I think it is because I'm a gambler, so I look at numbers all the time. That's just listen. It's been in me since a child, but I'm just saying, I look at numbers because I gamble. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, you gave me some. You gave me some poison.
Every number I look at is just like it's something. It means something. Like I could look at a number and it mean nothing. I could see a bunch of numbers together and it will mean nothing to me. And then I'll see a certain group of numbers together and I'll be like, yo, that's high. It's just the way they look. It's like
but this is different. This is these numbers are like when you see 111.
222. I understand what you're saying.
That means you gotta whatever you thinking about is being manifested. That energy is actually going and being manifested at that time.
That happened to me.
When you see 111, that means be aware of what you're thinking about and what you're feeling because there's actually a space open for you to manifest.
I see 111 now.
That's what 111. When you see 111,
whatever I'm thinking about, let me check this out because it may be something that you don't want to do.
I'm telling you. You can research it yourself.
Check that out.
Research. And listen, anything y'all hear on this podcast, I want you guys to go research it. That's the whole thing. I tell you this so you can go research it yourself. Don't take my word for it. You hear it, and if it piques your interest, go research it. You know what I mean? We need more soldiers out here. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all waking up. That's what that is. When you seeing those numbers, that is the beginning. That is the alarm clock for your soul to wake up, to get ready to go ready for its purpose. And all of this, mind you, all this played a part with the twin flame too, because this is waking you up to be aware of what you actually in. You know, and it wakes you up to all kinds of energies and things like that. But this all goes back to what we were talking about you being able to love yourself. That's what these steps are, things that's happening called an awakening for you. But each step is leading you to a point of unconditional love and to a point of loving yourself so you can be a whole person.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So if you get into, say you meet a chick and or ladies, you meet a guy and you like the guy, but he's doing all kinds of stuff that doesn't make you feel good, but you overlook it because you feel like overall you like this person or he got something physically or whatever. Are you dealing with stuff that's not making you feel good? Are you really loving yourself?
All I can do is like
you're not, you know, because if you feeling that it doesn't feel good, then you need to make a choice at that moment, and the choice should be for you. And it's not a selfish thing. It's just you putting yourself first and keeping yourself out of harm's way and keeping yourself in a healthy energy. You know what I mean?
Speaking, right?
What? The sign language, that's the caption for the but then people gonna be looking at it and think you're doing nothing. Put this. So, but this guy's crazy. He talking about he doing sign language while I'm talking. He don't get going like this while I'm talking, like one of those programs. Yeah. I'm like the president. I got me a. Let me put my mask on. You see this shit? I gotta wear this to go in the store.
I got a nice black.
This is how I go in the store now. I gotta keep this right here.
Man, I had a nice black.
This is how I go in the store.
You look like a squirrel.
Yeah. But you gotta realize your power in the situation because you always got a choice. You making choices all day. You creating all day. You creating
You got to shout out to the chick that made
experiencing your reality. All day you manifesting, because the law of attraction is always working. Whether you know it or not, it's always working. And you're always creating and attracting the light vibration that you're sending out in your life. And the more you stay in a victim mentality, or when people are in a victim mentality, it's kind of like you're living through your lower chakras, right? It's kind of more like a survival type, me type. I want this from this person. I'm trying to get this from this person. I'm trying to manipulate this person to get that, this and that. But when you break out of that, when you understand that you don't have to manipulate somebody to get anything, because you have the power to create whatever it is you want for yourself. And I don't have to take from you. I can make it, I can create it the same way. All right, so everything is created twice. Everything you see, the computer screen you looking at, you know, all of these things, your car, your shoes you got on, the bed or the couch you sitting on now, the TV you watching, all of this stuff was created twice. The first time it was created in the mind. And then from the mind, it's created, it manifests in the physical. And then it's created again in the physical. But that's the kind of power that you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
that's how powerful you are. Like you can, you can, like things are like a car, for instance. Ford thought of this. This was a thought in Ford's mind first. A car with an engine. Because remember, they was riding horses and shit. Right? Right. So they was on horses and carriages and stuff. And this guy thought of a vehicle that could be able to move you around with an engine in it.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That was in his mind. And then he put it, he created it in the physical. So that's the same way when you in a relationship or a job or anything. But let's say, like, if you got people, like I had somebody who came to me and they was like, where they work at, they don't like this lady that they work with. Like the lady was just like on their ass all the time, fucking with them, you know, giving her a hard time. And I told her, I said, well, how are you dealing with it? And she was like, nah, you know, she be pissing me off, so we be going through it, blah, 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 blah. I said, but me knowing that, you know, the laws of attraction is all, whatever this person is doing, you got a choice first, and then you react. So you made the choice. This is how your karma is created also. You made the choice to react in the way that you did, which, because you got a good choice to make that can work in the highest good of everybody in the situation, and then you can make a lower frequency choice where that's going to snowball into a direction, into other things. You know what I'm saying? So when she chose to argue with her, it created a vibration and an energy that was sent out when she made that decision. So when they came together, they clashed. But remember, when they was clashing, they constantly sending this energy out. So that's just it's like a hamster wheel. So you sending that energy back out, and then it's coming right back, and it's still bringing that experience. So I told her, I said, well, why don't you focus on having peace? Why don't you focus on when you go into work, that if this person is that much of a pain to you, that they just happen to get removed to another side of the building, or maybe they leave the job, but just see yourself when you go in and as peace. You got a peaceful place, you happy, boom, boom. And you know what happened? She kept doing that, and the lady ended up getting moved to another section. I think it was another location. And she was real excited. She came back to me like, yo, you ain't gonna believe what happened. And I was like, nah, tell me. And she told me, and I was excited too. But she now understands that she has that power. So it's the same thing in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you coming into this with manipulation, or you lying, or you doing things that's just not good. But those energies, that energy you sending out, that energy comes back to you in reverse. It comes back to you in reverse. I mean, kind of like a hamster wheel. So then until you learn to make a better decision in a different direction, then it'll change the energy. And you will change the energy. You can't wait. You can't look at somebody else and say, well, why don't they change? No, that song, The Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson was giving up hella game in that song if you go back and listen to it. Because only you can change your world. The world you're experiencing is your version of the world. And you can change that by changing yourself. Because once you change yourself, you change the energy that you're putting out. You change your perspective on how you're seeing stuff. Then that's what comes back to you. And you seeing the world in a completely different way and experiencing the world in a completely different way than everybody else. And people they'll see your happiness because it's natural. They say, damn, why the fuck she so happy? Why the fuck you so happy? Why you so happy? That's why. It's the power that you have. You create your own heaven. You create your own hell. Heaven and hell. That's right here. You know them commercials you see with the devil right here and then the angel right here? That's you. That's your higher self and your lower self. And they battle. Your ego and your true self, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? The ego, you always know, like me personally, I wanted to know. I was like, how do I know if I'm listening to my ego or if I'm listening to my intuition? And I found out that the way you can tell the difference is that the ego always works out of fear. Always. So you start having these questions in your, oh man, I ain't saying nothing. Skip gonna think I'm on his, I ain't sweating that Nick boy. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't calling that girl because she gonna think that. No. That's the ego. That's not your intuition is just a slight nudge. It tell you, instead of going left, go right. And you listen to it. And you go right. How many times you get that feeling, right? And you be like, I'm gonna go this way. Fuck, I don't feel like going long. I'm gonna go the short way right here, right?
I had an accident.
And you see what I'm saying? You heard him? He said he had an accident like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. And your intuition told you, because you got your divine, the divine let you know, God, the creator gave you the little nudge, like go this way today.
The first
but then the ego kick in, because the ego work out of fear.
The first time I ever got locked up, it was because of that.
It was that, right?
It was that. The first time I ever got locked up, I said, don't take this, take that. And then I went down, I took that. And then I went down the street and I was like, don't put it here. Put it there.
Right.
Shit, don't. And this is the first time I ever put it there. It was like I never used that spot. So it was like, well, they was waiting on me to come. So it was like, oh shit. I went there. Put it there, and I went and sat down. I sat down no more than maybe 30 minutes. Police pulled up, whoop, jumped out. It was that song was out. Homeboy, I came to party. I don't know.
So your intuition told you.
Yeah, told me not to do it. And then
don't do this.
He sung the song to me. The cop jumped out and sung the song to me.
What? He sung the Dory song?
He sung the song. He said,
"You hear this shit?
I came to party. Surveillance was looking at you."
That's what he said?
Exactly what he said. No, it's facts. Exactly what he said. Jump. Now handcuffed me, put me back in the car, and then went. And he wasn't on his radio phone. He was on his cell phone.
So
he was on his cell phone, and he just whoever was on the phone with him was like, it told him exactly what it was.
So I'm glad you said that, because what I was explaining to y'all and what we was talking about was that so what he just said was his intuition nudged him and said, don't do something. But his ego kicked in. It was like, do it. No, because if you don't do this, this going to happen. If you don't do this, you ain't going to be able to get that. Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the ego kicking, because the ego always works out of fear. He listened to the ego, and he took it anyway. And then he said, "This, what you were hustling, right?"
Yeah, it was more like, if you take out this much, you're going to run out real quick, and then you're going to have to run right back.
Right. So, that's it. That was the ego.
I didn't want to put it like
because then you got to run back and get more shit, man. Come on, man. Just take it all, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That was that ego.
It was like, take everything with you. Don't leave nothing.
Yeah.
Take everything.
So that's what I was saying earlier about when you make because you always got a choice. Like I said, if somebody smack you, before you hit them or kill them or run off or call the police or just walk off, you make a decision first to do that. So you can't blame nobody else because you made a decision to do it. You made the decision, not that person, not this person. Same thing in a relationship. Don't say you did something because somebody else did something or somebody made you do it or blah, blah, blah. No, you did it because you wanted to do it. You thought about it first, because you always got to think about it. You thought about it first, and then you made the decision and said, this is what I'm going to do. So who did that? Them or you? You did it. You know what I mean?
Keep the talk, because keep going on 130 is small.
So
keep the talk.
It's like you got to realize that aspect of it, that you had that power to make that choice. So if you find yourself in a situation that's not making you feel good, then you're not feeling good. That's showing you you're not feeling good for a reason, because it's telling you you're supposed to be there. But it's still your choice. That's the thing about this beautiful, when we, as a soul, when you incarnate in the earthly realm, you able to have a choice. Free will. Free will is the word. That's the words I was looking for. You have free will. So even though your higher self or the angels or the creator, God, the universe, whatever y'all say, is giving you the direction to go, because you always being led. You always being led. There's always signs. Like I said, you see the triple numbers, birds sometimes. Sometimes you turn on the radio. Like he said, the radio answered what he was feeling. The TV. Sometimes I've been in situations where I was sitting somewhere eating, and these two ladies was having a conversation next to me. And I didn't even hear the conversation, but I heard the one part that I needed to hear to be a confirmation for what I was thinking in my head. So these kinds of things happen. And people call them miracles, but they happen all the time. They happen to you every day. You just, either you're aware of them or you might not be aware of them. You know what I mean? But you always being nudged, and he was being nudged. But he went against that and went with the ego. And then, remember what I said before, based on your decision, it starts a snowball effect. one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. So just like a positive thought, one positive thought leads to another one, and that one leads to another one, and that one leads to another one, and it's like a hamster wheel, but you're going in a positive direction. And this is how you manifest and create. But a negative thought, one negative thought will lead to another. So if you're thinking like, damn, I'm late for work. Damn, I'm gonna be late for work. Damn, what my boss gonna say? Damn, what if he fired me today? Damn, and if I get fired, how am I gonna pay my rent? Damn, and then if I can't pay my rent, I ain't gonna be able to pay my car, and I gotta take my son to school, and I gotta take my daughter, I gotta pick my daughter up from my grandmother's house, and you see how that shit go? So now that's working on your physical body, because then you become stressed. Now you create stress for yourself because you're putting all these thoughts are rolling in your head. You really gotta pay attention to it. You really gotta think about what you're thinking about. This is how it works for me, and it stops. I don't go in that perpetual thing because I'm able to stop it because I'm aware of what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? And sometimes it happens though. Sometimes you catch yourself, but it's going to happen. But the thing is how long you allow it to go on. If you catch it in the beginning, you can stop and reverse it and have it go in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? This is how you can stop manifesting experiences in your life that you don't want. You understand what I'm saying? Always remember that one thought leads to another. So if it's a negative thought, it's going to lead to another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then remember, the thoughts create a feeling. It triggers a feeling. And then that feeling is vibrated out to the universe. And then the universe says, oh, this is what this person wants. So then the universe sends that same vibration back to you. But it could be in any kind of experience. You know, like I heard somebody had broke their leg, and they were saying, well, you know, when I broke my leg, you know, how did I break my leg? Because I wasn't thinking about breaking up my leg. So how could I attract that to myself? What he didn't understand was that it's not about that. It's about the vibration. So if you're thinking anything in a lower frequency, then what happens is that vibration goes out and to the universe, and the universe sends that back to you, that same vibration. But it can turn into any kind of experience that's in that vibration. So it could be a broken leg or a car crash or this or that. But just like that, you can create in a positive way where you have these thoughts going on a positive one thought lead to another thought kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you think about, like right now, if we do an exercise right now, let's do an exercise, y'all. Okay? We're going to do an exercise right now. Let's think about, I'm going to give y'all a thought to think. Y'all ready?
Hey, what up?
So, think about if you, think about you hit the lottery. If you hit the lottery, think about if I hit the lottery. Just put that thought in your head. If I hit the lottery.
Keep going.
What? Tell me what your next thought was. You know what I mean? Like my next thought, if I hit the lottery, the first thing I think about is this beautiful, beautiful mansion.
That's the first thing.
Big. That's the first thing I think about. If you think, but I'm trying to show you how your thoughts work and how you can end up manifesting and experiencing your life that you don't want, or vice versa, because it works both ways. So now you think about this mansion. The first thing you're going to think about when you think about the mansion is, what's the first thing that come to y'all? Huh?
Big car.
What's the first thing that come to y'all? So the first thing that came to me personally, I'm going to speak, I think about the kitchen. Damn, the kitchen gonna be laid out. You know what I'm saying? Like you got this big kitchen and you got these nice big appliances in there.
We know these niggas
and then whatever.
Yeah, good.
Then what's next? And you think about the kitchen, and you think about the rest of the house. You think about the cars. You might think about, oh, I wanna own an island, or I wanna open a business. I could open this business. If I hit the lottery, I could open this business I always wanted to open. And then if I had unlimited money like that, I could do this and open that, and I could do this for people, and I could help this person and that person. You know, it just keeps going on and on. You know, depending on whatever you want to experience. But that exercise will show you, you know, just how one thought leads to another. So then you got to think about when you're thinking about something in a negative way. Because any negative thought that you're thinking is going to lead to another one, and then another one, and another one. And then the law of attraction, again, is always in place. So you'll be manifesting actually that life that you manifesting that life from those, your experience from that negative train of thought. So, you know, just remember that. So, and if you catch yourself thinking negative, or thinking in a fear vibration or a victim mentality, then you just stop right there and think of the opposite. So if you're thinking about dark, think about light. If you're thinking about bad, think about something good. If you think about something tastes nasty, think about something that tastes good. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to do things that keep you, that's a whole nother part of it. Like, keeping yourself in a high vibration no matter what. And once you get to a point where you completely trust in the creator, and you trust in the universe, or you trust in the divine, or your spirit guide, or yourself, you get to a point where it's unshakable and unbreakable. You just move. It's natural. Boom, do this, do that. Boom, do this, you've done that. You hear it in it, and you being led. It's like your life it's a real journey. It's beautiful though. And I know some of y'all awakening. You got some people that's woke. Like, for me, it started years ago. 15 years, 20 years. You got some people that's woke, and you got some people that's waking up. You know, and you got some people that's still asleep. And but you're gonna have these different experiences that's gonna keep moving you up. But when if it's a twin flame situation, because of the twin flame situation, that shit puts you in overdrive. Like, you learn those lessons and things like that in overdrive, because this other half of you is completely mirroring all the things that's hidden within you. And then vice versa, the other person is mirroring back, and you mirroring to them all the things that's hidden in them. And it brings up that deepness. And sometimes people get scared and they run. They ain't ready to do that. They ain't ready to deal with it. But not me. Me, I'll be ready. I want to learn. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. You know what I mean? So I'll be wanting to take that in and grow and get better and better and better. Get to a point where you can master yourself.
Wait.
Like, life could be different, you know? But you always got a choice, and you make your choice, and that keeps you.
No, I'm sorry.
And motherfucker here.
Nah, Big Lou, move to right, man. He's trying to holler at you.
You trying to holler?
Yeah, Big Lou.
Why you can't get on there? Can't get up there?
Hey, Lou, go to In Your Face live streaming, man, and I can bring.
I'll tell you, put you on FaceTime.
Lou to right, yeah.
What's up? What do you want to
That's
say?
what I was trying to. He won't let me bring on camera.
Won't let you bring
him on. Bring Lou on camera.
Oh, okay.
He's not letting me bring him on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not jerking off.
He said, I hope not, motherfucking shit. You do that shit on your time, nigga.
You think I'm going to be interrupted this program? No. I'm fucking trying to get Lou on the joint. Lou ain't going to let me bring you on. I don't know why. I'm hitting add and all this shit.
I be forgetting I made my own. I made my own store mask. Look at that. Ripped it right off the shirt. Got something for your ass. Took it right off the shirt, deal.
Hey, look, keep rocking 3 hours. Keep doing 2 hours.
Oh, damn, we how long we on?
Nigga, you 140.
I know, people still watching though, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool. But tell them to say something. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's alright if they don't say nothing. Sometimes people just want to watch. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine, you know. I used to be at that point where I used to just watch.
Hit the like button. Go to In Your Face Radio.
I told you this message is going to get to who it's supposed to get.
Yeah. No, ain't talking. I'm just talking about you, period, man. My man, I got this. It ain't about your message, man.
It's always about the message.
Saying,
always.
Do your thing. You know, what I'm talking about is totally different.
Yeah.
But go, I'm on the same page with you.
Oh man, I don't know. I'll go on and on and on to the break of dawn.
Look,
on and on to the break of dawn. No, we finna get off this mug. But
so serious, he won't let you.
I appreciate y'all coming through and having this conversation with me. Yeah, you know, feel free to if you're watching it live to jump in and ask a question,
go in your face,
make a comment. Yeah, in your face radio, in your face live stream on YouTube. You know, and let's do this shit, man. You know, we laid back. We got the music playing and stuff. You know, it's one of them times. You know, I just wanted to touch on some of these things because a lot of people don't understand this stuff. You know, and I didn't either until I went through it. You know, I'm still going through it, so I'm still growing. But it's been an amazing journey so far. I'm telling you, it's been amazing. But we'll talk about that later. I could tell y'all a bunch of stuff. I got so much stuff to tell y'all. I hope y'all want to hear
it. That's a winner.
You feel me?
The United States of America.
Yeah, United States. And trust the plan. We patriots out here. God bless America. You heard me?
That's a winner. You feel me?
Get rid of these crazy motherfuckers.
That's a winner.
But let me get off this air, man. That's gonna be the wrap up. We gonna wrap this mother on up. Nah, man. Nah, but I hope I was able to share some info and give somebody some insight on something that's going on in their life. And if I was, I'm grateful to be able to do that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. Nah, I'll let y'all later. All right. RAQEEB Speaks, In Your Face.